tonight?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. As I stated earlier, I had some coffee, so bear with me because I don't know, I might be all over the place.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so you know what? I want to talk a little bit about your business. It's called Quality Tax Financial Services. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Quality Tax and Financial Services.
Okay, and you're located in Memphis, Tennessee, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so why don't you tell the listeners about yourself? I was trying to get you on Facebook Live with me, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So tell the audience about yourself, hon.
Okay, so I am born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Always been into the finance industry. So a couple years ago, I started with this tax company, and I decided that I really enjoyed what I did. I enjoyed working with people. I enjoyed servicing others through finance. So a couple years ago, I decided to go get my business license and start Quality Tax and Financial Services. Decided to grow my team last year, and we're just ready to take on this tax season, service our customers in Memphis and other cities. We do service all 50 states. So that's a little bit about me. Kind of always been a math nerd, really into finance. So my parents are in real estate as well, so they asked me to help them with their books, and it's just what I love to do.
You know what? That's great. And I'm glad you pursued your business because now you're here sharing with our listening audience. And I know there's some people out there who want to start a small business, and bookkeeping could be a serious issue. So if you could share with us what we should be doing with that bookkeeping.
Yes, ma'am. Bookkeeping is very vital when it comes to any business. My biggest thing I would say to kind of make it easier with your bookkeeping, of course you want to find a great, reputable bookkeeper if you can, but if not, keeping your own records is just as simple as day to day as you run your business. Hey, how much did I make today? Even if you just keep a business ledger, how much did I make today? Well, what did I spend today that invested in my business? Did I pay any bills toward my business? Did I purchase any supplies? Did I have to purchase something for a client? So any receipts. There are apps that can help you take pictures of receipts to store them. There are apps that will track your mileage for you. There's just so many things out there right now that we can use to help with our records or bookkeeping. So my suggestion to anyone who wants to get better at it is to utilize those apps. QuickBooks is the #1 source I think everyone uses, and I personally love the app. QuickBooks, and just try to remember each day before you go to bed, have I written down those income and expenses? Do I have a folder? Do I have something in my phone, a file, whatever I may need, just to be sure that I have it documented so that when I do file my taxes, everything is in place and where it needs to be.
You know what? That's great information because I tell you, since I've been on vacation, my receipts are all over the place and I have to organize again. So organization is definitely the key to a small business.
Absolutely.
And you strongly suggest the QuickBooks software. Now, are they offering accounting for free or do you have to pay for that service?
Well, as far as QuickBooks, I use their free things. I don't think that they offer the accounting. If so, I'm sure it would be like an upgraded cost for something like that. But I mean, if you're someone who goes to a preparer or you do your taxes on your own, just their free services that they offer to you should get you through it. You shouldn't even need to go that extra route unless it's just your own personal preference.
Okay, now tell me about this business consultation with benefits.
Yes, ma'am. So the opportunity was actually presented to me last year. I had a couple of local friends here in Memphis that just saw what I was doing with my business, and they were like, hey, help us get our business to where yours is. And I was like, what? So it was actually a few weeks ago when I said, I'm sure more new and upcoming entrepreneurs, or maybe any struggling entrepreneurs, would appreciate someone who's willing to say, hey, this is what worked for me, let me help you. So with the consultation, right now it's a $50 consultation, so you pay it up front and it gives you an hour with me. We can discuss things in detail such as steps to getting your business license, your EIN, your tax ID number with the IRS, what kind of business are you going for and how should it be set up. So many entrepreneurs don't know they should be sole prop, that they should become an LLC, a corporation, or anything like that, and they don't realize that certain business structures can also make a difference in the self-employment taxes they pay, and just also protect their business if they hire employees. So with the consultations, I kind of just let them know what the business structures are. I give my personal opinion on what I think the best structure would be for their business, and of course give them the benefits of it. We can talk about branding if they're interested in hiring preparers. I'm just willing to give any bit of knowledge that I have from within my own business. So it's kind of broad, the consultation. It's just an overall startup. So whatever you may need, you're trying to get something off the ground. You need recommendations for logos, or maybe how to set up a website. I mean, the list just really goes on. So in my consultations, that's something I am offering. And I also offer, it'll be like, it's like a 25-page ebook. So what it is it's just a little booklet, and basically it has the different business structures. It gives you the taxes. It has like just little things, little tips I have for starting a business, just so that after that consultation, you will always have a document handy to always relate back to.
You know, I think I will be hiring you for your services. You can't have too many, you know, that's what I always say. And that's really covering every aspect basically on establishing a business. And like I always say, before you venture off into a business, make sure you do your research, you know, and research your name. You know, you got to have a name, because you mentioned branding. You know, what is your name going to be, and what is the purpose of the business, you know?
Absolutely.
Yes, because some people, you know, you start out with a hobby, and some people work their way to a prosperous business, and that should be your purpose. But if it's not God's purpose, you may come back down to a hobby.
Absolutely. And sometimes just poor setup can hurt a business. A lot of people don't have a business plan. They don't know, well, next year I want to be here. 2 years from now I want to be here. Those things are really important, so you know how to grow. You have a plan. What is your mission statement? What do you promise your potential clients that you offer? What do you stand for? I mean, so many of those things just play a huge part, and I think due to a lot of businesses not thinking to do that, they fail because they don't know what they stand for. You stand for nothing, you fall for everything, right? And that's true with business. So I really just like to kind of input that knowledge into the entrepreneurs that come to me, so that they know, okay, this is important. I need to know where I see my business at in a few years and several years from now.
You know what? That is an excellent point. And I hope my listeners are taking notes. Okay, guys? But if you're not taking notes, you know, you can always go to my Facebook page and just keep clicking on there, honey, until you get the information you want, because tonight is the night to make that change. Like I said, is it going to be physical, mental, or spiritual? Whatever you do for 2020, make the change. Cling, cling, chick, chick. Ching, ching. I want to make that ching, ching, okay? And so anyway, also, now let's talk about the benefits of being educated on your business. You know, if you have enough information, then it'll help put you on the correct road. Now, you mentioned, you know, when you incorporate it, because there's different type of incorporation. There's LLC, proprietorship, sole proprietor or full incorporation. So what do you think is good for a self-employed individual starting their business?
Some people will disagree, but I always think it's best for people to start out as sole proprietorships. Reason being, it's just you. And while it's just you, keep it simple. The income is reported on your W-2 under the Schedule C, so you don't have to wait or get any special documents. It's easy to file. It's easy for you to keep track of, and it's also the least expensive business structure as far as taxes and things like that. So I always recommend when you start anything, go the cheap route sometimes with certain things. I mean, go do what's easier. You're starting out, you're probably not making much of an income. So I recommend everyone always start out as a sole proprietorship.
You know what? That's good information, because now when filing the taxes, I believe a 990 is required and 1120. Are you familiar with the 1120 form?
I believe you asked me about that at the event. I want to say that was you. I've seen it a couple of times. It's not a common form I work with, but doing the business, usually I can look at any form and see, what's required or how to fill it out. But mostly with the businesses I file, they use K-1 documents or Schedule C documents for majority of them.
Okay. So now let's get to the real nitty-gritty. Some people need to be encouraged when they're starting a business, because sometimes financially they really can't afford to support the business. And once you register your business, it's like other financial institutions has your information, and they're sending you these promotions for credit cards in your business or business loans. And to me, I don't think that you really should take out a business loan before you really accrue some income. What do you think about that?
I absolutely agree. And it's funny that you got on this topic, because so many people thought I was crazy because I'm in my second year in my own business. And up until last year, I still worked a full-time job. And everyone was like, well, why are you working if you have a business making so much money? And I told them to decrease my debt. Why take out so many loans? First of all, I'm trying to get to where I don't need a job. You have to have steps. Everything has to be a strategy. So most people, you start a business because you don't want to work. Well, get your business income to take over your personal expenses. Then when you surpass your personal expenses, then you may can take out some loans or get some financial assistance, because you'll be able to pay it back. So my advice is to be, and it's going to be tough, work both. Everyone's so quick to say, oh, I quit my job, I left my job. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow because you started your business today. Give yourself time to grow. Don't take out all those credit cards. Don't take out all those loans, because let me tell you, the worst thing you can do when you first start your business is give it a bad name financially with creditors. Do what you have to do, work where you have to work, and try to find balance and pay for everything out of your pocket until you get established. I think it's easy for so many entrepreneurs to get discouraged starting out because they feel like they need money to do a lot of things. The only money I've really invested in was things to help me make money. You also have to just change your mindset. When I spend money now, I ask myself, how will this make me money? Everything becomes an investment, so you can no longer spend the way you used to spend. You can't shop the way you used to shop. You can't party the way you used to party. You have to change the lifestyle, and that will clear up a lot of debt, so you won't be so quick and eager to take out a loan. Because if you can't financially handle the little money, when those banks approve for $1,000 loans and higher, how are you going to handle that financially?
You know what? That's really good right there, because a lot of people do make mistakes getting involved with those loans, and they become discouraged because now they're trying to figure out how to pay it back, because the business is not making enough money to cover that loan, and you'll wind up either losing the business and being further in debt, when you, like you said earlier, when that business plan is in effect, it should avoid that.
Exactly, a plan. And I think, and one thing I had to learn too, and I'll be honest, I learned this just ending 2019. People have to be new business owners, new entrepreneurs. You have to be okay with not having everything your competitor has. And I'll go into detail. Just say you own a boutique and your competitor has a boutique. They have shops in different cities. They have also made clothes. They pay for this marketing and this advertising. Competition will kill you and it will kill your pocket.
Yes.
It's okay if people can tell that you're starting. Not saying you have to look like an amateur, but it's okay if the boutique has to be an at-home boutique right now. It's okay if you have to just sell things through your Facebook business page because you can't afford a website. It's okay if you have to drive around with it in your car and make stops to get selling. Versus having a boutique or store. So people really need to stop comparing themselves. It's okay to be where you are in your business and appreciate where you are in your business because you won't always be there.
Right.
So it's okay to say, well, she's there. I want to get to where she is, but I'm not trying to compete with her to be right there with her. That'll keep you out of a lot of it. A lot of times you're spending money trying to impress somebody else. It is not worth it.
You know what? My hat goes off to you for that statement. And I know that to be true because I had to learn, sometimes we compare ourselves against other businesses and we'll go back making the adjustments. And that really is taken away from your originality,
Absolutely.
I want to be unique in what I do. And you know what? You can't or some people do reinvent the wheel. And so you have to just add what God gave you to produce that business, Yes. Now I have a business. Hey, everybody. I have a business called Shining Beauty. I have a website. Matter of fact, I have 2 websites. and just to encourage people out there, one of my websites only have 1 item. It has 1 item on it because I couldn't figure out how to upload the photos. And so I had a potential customer, and so I told her to go to the website, and so she direct messaged me. She said, it's only 1 item up there. I was like, yeah, be patient with me, girl. I'm trying to get the rest of my items up there. And so on my other website, I have several items up there, but I haven't published it yet. You feel me? So I'm like, sometimes God will cause a block. It's not always the devil or the enemy. Sometimes God will cause this block because it's not time.
Absolutely.
And timing is everything, especially with God, because, the Bible tells us to everything there's a time and a season. So I stopped being frustrated and I said, okay, it's just not my time to publish this particular website. So I went on doing video clips and everything like that. And so people are hitting me for presentations and things of that nature. So God just unleashed a whole nother business, And you need time for your business. Look, as Tamara stated earlier, you may be still working at 9 to 5 to support the business. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't stretch yourself too thin.
Absolutely.
Let me say that one more time. Do not stretch yourself too thin, where you are just exhausted and you can't really promote the business. Who I like is, I like Real Housewives of Atlanta. And
That's my favorite show.
yeah, girl, I love them girls because they're all entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
And you can learn a lot from these ladies, especially Kenya. Now, she has her own Edge cream, whatever, product. And she's doing very well in it. And so, but one thing she did was she went to Marlo's, her coming out for her business, introduction of business. And she came in with a freaking band to introduce her hairline to Marlo's customers. Now, all she kept saying was, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a businesswoman. Okay, you might be a businesswoman, but don't covenant somebody else's business to promote yours.
Right.
Hello, somebody. You know, there's some guilty folk out there because now, you know what? That's just rude to me, you know?
You know what? That's a good point you made, because sometimes you can turn people off from your business by throwing it at them.
Yes.
And when I say that, I don't mean tell everyone what you do, because I'm a firm believer in let people know. But it's as simple as when you're introducing yourself, hi, I'm so-and-so and I do this. But some people try to push their business on people, and everyone doesn't respond well to that.
No. And, you know, what's sad also is that Kenya didn't realize that she was infringing on somebody else's business to promote her business. And this was the girl's first launching party for her wig collection, okay? So now when people left, do you think they were going to remember Marlo's wig business or Kenya's Edge's product?
Right. Kenya for sure.
For sure, you know?
Yeah.
And then she left before it was over with, you know? And I was like, God, you know, you don't like ugly, and she might take a hit for that because that was just wrong.